makes me no difference if I'm disqualified, not qualified, whatever. It makes me no difference. Disqualify me for life. Put me inside jail. I will keep going. I will not stop. My job, as I see it, is to defend the democratic nature of this country. And I will do whatever I have to do. Whatever I have to do to defend the democratic nature of this country. What does that mean? That means defending the institutions of this country. That means defending the voice of the poor people of this country. That means telling the people of this country the truth about people like Mr. Adani, who are basically exploiting the relationship they have with the Prime Minister. Few weeks back in Parliament, where I asked the Prime Minister a very specific set of questions. Question number one, 20,000 crore rupees or $3 billion are in shell companies owned by Mr. Adani. Mr. Adani could not have generated this money. He's an infrastructure business. Where did this money come from? Whose money is it? That was the first question. Whose shell companies are there? These companies are working in the defense field. Why does nobody know whose money this is? There is a Chinese national involved in this. Why is nobody asking the question, who is this Chinese national? That was the first question. Second question was, set of questions with proof. What is the Prime Minister's relationship with Mr. Adani? I showed a picture of the Prime Minister and Mr. Adani's plane relaxing. I gave documentation about the defense industry, about the airports, about statements made in Sri Lanka, about statements made in Bangladesh, pictures of Mr. Narendra Modi sitting with the State Bank chairman in Australia. And I put this proof on the table. Immediately after that, the BJP started its work. My speech was expunged. I wrote a letter to the Speaker with a detailed explanation on the defense industry, on the airports, with press clippings, supporting documents, legal documents, and said, this is the supporting foundation of my speech. I have not made this speech, I have not invented this. This is detailed research, here it is. Nothing happened. Nothing was revoked. My speech today is not part of the record of Parliament. The same, by the way, was done with Mr. Kharge. After that, BJP ministers lied about me in Parliament. They made the statement to distract from the Adani issue. The whole game, disqualification, and all these statements are to distract from the central question, whose money is it? 20,000 crores, whose is it? Kiska hai ye? That's the main question. The whole thing is to distract. So, they said that I've asked foreign forces to help India. Most ridiculous statement. I have never made such a statement. You can look at all the conversations I had in the United Kingdom. Not one such statement was made. In fact, I said this is India's problem. India has to resolve this problem, right? A minister lies on the floor of the House. I wrote to the Speaker and I said, Speaker, sir, it is my right as a member of Parliament, when somebody makes an accusation, to state my position. Please let me state my position. The first letter is not answered. I then write a second letter with more details, saying the names and what was said. Still no answer. I then go to the Speaker's chamber and I say, Speaker, sir, what is going on? We live in a democracy. You are the defender of that democracy. Why are you not letting me make my statement? The Speaker smiles and says, I cannot do that. Come and have a cup of tea with me. Right? So this is the whole drama that is being orchestrated to defend the Prime Minister from the simple question: whose 20,000 crore rupees, whose $3 billion went to Mr. Adani shell companies? Please understand why I have been disqualified. I've been disqualified because the Prime Minister is scared of my next speech. He's scared of the next speech that is going to come on Adani, right? I've seen it in his eyes. So he's terrified of the next speech that is going to come, and they don't want that speech to be in Parliament. That's the issue. That is why, first the distraction, now the disqualification. Please don't be confused about this matter. There is a deep relationship between Narendra Modi ji and Mr. Adani. There is a question. 20,000 crore rupees have suddenly arrived in Mr. Adani's shell companies. Where has this money come from? Whose money is it? It is, some of these companies are defense companies. Why is the defense ministry not asking this question? Why is the defense ministry not asking the question? But please explain to us, whose money is this that is being spent on our drone development, that is being spent on our missile development, that is being spent on our ordinance production? Why is the defense ministry not asking this question? My response to that is that when somebody is guilty of something, they want to distract everybody's attention. Right? If you catch a thief, the first thing he says is, I didn't do it. The second thing he says, look there, look there, look there, look there. Right? That's what the BJP is doing. We have caught 20,000 crore rupees entering Mr. Adani's companies. Nobody knows whose money that is. That money cannot be Mr. Adani's money. He does not generate this type of money. So that money has come from someone. All this, OBC, disqualification, anti-national, all this is to distract from the panic that the Prime Minister is feeling. That his relationship with Mr. Adani is going to be exposed. Let me tell you, that relationship is going to be exposed. Nobody is going to stop that. It is going to happen. Because the opposition is going to press this thing until we find the answer.